this period of time, although the energies might feel very ungrounding at times for you, might feel very emotionally charged, I'm also getting that you might find yourself met with certain moments of synchronicity. I'm hearing moments of beauty amidst the energetic chaos. You may find or pick up on evidence of your intentions beginning to manifest in a more real-time physical 3D way, whether that so-called evidence comes in the form of meeting, connecting with someone, collaborating with someone, opening to a new opportunity, hearing some kind of conversation that connects with something that you yourself are manifesting into your own life. It feels like many of these pieces of what I'm calling manifestational evidence here might actually be judged as small by the ego human minds. They might seem like small details, things that the ego might even write off as just coincidence, but these are not coincidences. This is powerful evidence of the energy really aligning in the direction of your desires. And yet, for whoever I am tapped into here, and of course, this will not be for everyone, someone here is feeling really restricted, feeling really trapped. Now, this could be you. This could also be someone that you're connected with. Now, I wasn't even sure if I was going to bring this up, but my guides are urging me to talk about it, so I will. Prior to starting this reading, I picked up a very strong and very specific message for someone. And the reason I hesitated to share this in this particular video is because this is meant to be a collective, more generalized reading. So sometimes I hesitate to bring forth hyper-specific details because I know these are just going to be for a subset of people listening here. So don't take this if it doesn't connect for you. But what I will say is, for someone listening here, I feel there is someone connected to you romantically. Now, of course, the polarities could be switched energetically. This actually could be you. It could be reversed. But for many of you, I'm getting this is someone connected to you who is thinking really, really heavily about you, but in either a very sad or a very nostalgic way. There's a very strong energy of longing, wanting to be around you. I kept hearing counting down the days. It's almost like someone counting down the days until Christmas as a child, counting till some kind of event that they're really excited for. Except in this case, it is this subconscious kind of holding their breath, subconscious, counting the time or the days until they're able to connect with you again. However, while this person subconsciously feels that the two of you are going to be connecting again, in the physical 3D world, they're feeling very disconnected from you. Now, the ironic thing is, in the case that I'm specifically picking up on here, the irony is, it seems like from a physical perspective, this person may actually be the one who initiated this separation. This actually may be the person who moved away from you. And I feel this wave of just longing, like my eyes started tearing up. This person is feeling heavily emotional, even though they're the one that may have actually chosen something else or chosen a different path or moved away from this connection. It's almost like their soul knows that the two of you are meant to be together, but they're in something that they're feeling really trapped in. And they're daydreaming about being free of whatever this situation is and moving towards you in a more powerful way. It's almost like their soul is asking you, like, asking isn't a strong enough word. It's almost like begging you for forgiveness for the fact that they're trapped in a situation that seems to be keeping the two of you apart. But again, the ironic thing is about this, from a human perspective, it might look like this person is actually making these choices, decisions, etc. They're keeping the two of you disconnected. I feel that on a spiritual level, there must be some kind of karmic pattern or cycle that this person recognizes they have to clear out of their life before they can fully move towards you. they're just feeling really disempowered, really pressured as well. I don't know where that pressure is coming from. This could be pressure from work, pressure from someone around them. And when they think of you, they perceive you as their freedom and their happiness. I'm hearing their escape. It's almost like this person uses daydreams about you as an escape when they're feeling, I'm hearing dissociating, that this is someone who's dissociating a lot in their current reality because they really want to be somewhere else. Specifically, they really desire to be with you. With the Ten of Swords reversed, I'm seeing that Spirit is really pushing this person into that Ten of Swords energy, this very defeated kind of rock bottom energy, for the purpose of giving them an ego death experience that will actually allow them to go through a powerful awakening. But they don't fully consciously realize this yet. It's almost as though they're being pushed to their absolute limit in order to, as they say, when you hit rock bottom, you have something to push up against and be able to rise back up to the surface. And it's almost like this person is being sent to a rock bottom in their life to be able to use that as a springboard to ascend them into this awakening. This person is really coming up as a divine masculine energy as well, because we also got the Sun card, and this is a very strong energy for the awakened and awakening divine masculine collective. The chakra center that is most illuminated within this masculine as well is the heart. In fact, their heart is like beaming. I'm hearing my heart is on fire for you, divine feminine, is how this divine masculine is feeling. Now, I didn't know if these energetic polarities, the divine feminine and divine masculine, were going to come up in this reading. So it's really interesting that this is happening to come up in the reading. So what else is going on with the divine masculine here? This very well could be a twin flame situation. And of course, that might not be the case for everyone. But the reason that I'm getting that is your connection with this person is so energetically intense. It's akin to a blazing fire. And my guides were showing me this earlier as well, that when you experience a really elevated soul connection, a really deep soul connection, it has the tendency to work like fire through your other connections in relationships and even outside of relationships. It works like fire even within your own being, meaning it burns everything to the ground and leaves only that which is strong and can withstand the test of time, is enduring. It only leaves the enduring aspects. Most of humanity is not spiritually strong enough, and therefore does not have in this incarnation the desire to go through this experience of feeling their aspects of self that are artificial or aren't really aligned with their core. To feel all of that burnt away would be too traumatizing, to be quite honest, for most of the collective unconscious. However, if you've aligned with this video, you are one who is very familiar with what I could call here this spiritual death. You are familiar with having to burn down aspects of yourself that you may have clung onto as part of a personality or as part of what you consider to be your life here on earth, but that wasn't really aligned with who you are at the core. And there's a lot of pain that comes along with that, a lot of judgment from the self. But really, that's just reflected judgment that we're picking up on from other people who can't understand the spiritual burning away process that we are undergoing and simply look at us and see that we've radically changed. And that scares people who have known us for who we aren't, who have known us for our physical human identity and not for our soul. And I'm sharing all of this because I feel that someone out there listening who is connected with this reading has experienced this. But the person you're connected to is now experiencing this as well. If this is connecting as being someone who is in a relationship with you. Now, of course, we all actually do have a balance of these energies within us, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So when I channel for either of these polarities, I also could be channeling for your internal divine masculine or your internal divine feminine as well. But I will say that for this divine masculine, they are recognizing that their connection to you, divine feminine, has been like that fire. And specifically when it comes to their relationships, when it comes to these elevated soul connections, meaning soul connections that are really ancient, really deep, that span across lifetimes, that are essentially timeless and very high vibrational, therefore carrying a high degree of energetic charge. In these types of connections, essentially it will burn away all other forms of past connection, relationship, etc., that were much more shallow in nature. This is why oftentimes, for those of you who have met a very high-level soulmate or a twin flame, someone that you're really profoundly spiritually connected to, you might find that you almost instantaneously lose any and all attraction for a karmic that you may have been together with, for exes from your past, people that you may have casually dated, and you might instantaneously feel almost like a soul monogamy, a soul commitment to this person. That is because this energy, I want to call it twin flame energy for many of you, but it could be high-level soulmate energy. Regardless, this high vibrational energy burns through all of those lower vibrational, shallower connections. However, very often we run into problems because if we are still afraid to let some of those connections go, even after we're feeling the absolute loss of connection there, if we stay out of fear or try to force the connectedness with the other person, we will no longer be able to force ourselves back into those feelings of connectedness that we felt to the other in the past, or that we could have faked in the past, because we have a higher level of awareness, and energetically as well, those bonds have essentially been burned away. We're trying to hold on to something that has fundamentally changed. And the reason that I'm sharing all of this is because whoever I'm channeling here has been connected with this Queen of Wands reversed energy, which I often take to be a very karmic energy. I'm getting that this is, for some reason, I'm seeing this person like with a hand on the other's throat, almost like they're keeping them from communicating or keeping them from speaking their own truth. Maybe that's just how your person or this divine masculine feels around this particular karmic, that they can't really openly express their truth. They can't open their throat chakra energy fully because there's a lot of fear bound up here with this person. It's almost like they are not able to fully live in and express their truth while they are trying to remain connected in with some kind of karmic energy here. Now, of course, not all of them necessarily will have someone like this that is coming up here, but I am getting with the Four of Coins that there is this sense of holding on to something from the past. Now, I am getting something about finances, so it's possible that the reason this divine masculine has been trying to hold on to a particular person or connection that they no longer feel bonded to or connected to, it could be that they're doing this because of shared finances or some kind of fear surrounding financial issues or matters at this time. I don't know if that will connect specifically for someone, but I do see that all of that is perpetuating some kind of 3D separation between two souls that are highly bonded. The bond isn't going away. In fact, it seems to only be intensifying the less that there is physical interaction or physical communication. And hearing increased telepathy. So this person may be heavily telepathically communicating to you, meaning they are heavily sending you energy and you are picking up on that energy through many different forms of telepathy, including the traditional form of possibly even hearing mental communication from this person, seeing signs of them. You could be getting body sensations related to them. The thing that this person seems to want you to know most strongly is that they haven't been able to force themselves back into anything that leads them or keeps them apart from you and experience happiness or fulfillment at the same time. It's almost like this person feels like they aren't allowed to go towards their own happiness, so they're holding on to something from the past and yet feeling no sense of connectedness to whatever this past thing is at all. Now, you, Divine Feminine, as per usual, are coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, but also the Queen of Swords. So, you are someone interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we also have the Death card speaking to some spiritual transformation happening within you. The Two of Coins, the Five of Cups, and also the Strength card. And the World and the Magician. Wow, okay. So let's reshuffle some of these Divine Masculine cards because there is a lot of really powerful information coming through your energetic field at this time, Divine Feminine. So let's begin with those first two cards, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So you are someone who is in a very abundant energy at this time, but also learning to hold and maintain very strong boundaries. So what I'm picking up is that you learned through the past several years, particularly the last 2 to 3 years, how to really magnetize your energy field. So essentially, you learned how to manifest, how to harness this highly spiritual, beautiful energy within yourself and begin infusing that energy into the things, the people, the situations around you. You really began to feel into your own power. However, as you've become more and more magnetic, there's also been the attraction of a lot of reactions and a lot of attention, a lot of opportunities as well, possibly even opportunities in the form of people that want to enter your life platonically or romantically. So in hearing that lately, you've been learning how to practice discernment. I again saw the number 222 on the recording timer. Beautiful synchronicities coming through this reading. But you have been practicing the art of discernment, meaning learning how to discern which opportunities, people, etc. are really serving your highest good. And the word selfish came out because it sounds very odd to say, and it has a negative connotation. And I don't mean it in that way at all, but you quite literally are learning how to be selfish in the best kind of way, meaning how to be lit up, turned on energetically, full of yourself, meaning completely embodying the full spectrum of your own energy boldly, brightly, without apology. How to meet your own needs, how to prioritize yourself, your self-care, caring for your energetic hygiene. And this is actually allowing you to better serve your spiritual purpose, mission, or endeavors here on earth, whatever that looks like for you personally. So while to other people, it may look like you're spending a lot of time or energy towards yourself, this is actually what is allowing you to give the greatest gift you have to offer to the world, which is your frequency in its purest state of being, infused into whatever you are manifesting, doing, being, or creating in this physical earth plane. And you are learning that your energy infused in this way really is the gift, that it's not about your self-sacrifice. It's not about what you do for others necessarily, what you give to others that they demand out of you. It's actually your energy in its purest, highest vibrational form, infused into your work, your creations, your endeavors, that is your greatest gift to give to humanity. And so that is what I see with the Queen of Swords. This ability to balance between your magnetism and your boundaries, meaning amplifying your power to attract a lot into your life, and then being able to narrow your focus on the opportunities that you really desire to focus your energy upon, rather than spreading yourself too thin. These elements, this combination of factors, is making you incredibly powerful at this time. But it's also a radical transformation, with the Death card representing this spiritual transformation. It is really catapulting you into this new era of yourself and your life. Now, I will say that this all seems to have involved leaving something behind. This required a great deal of forgiveness. For someone I'm tapping into here, this may be forgiving or releasing past versions of yourself that were attached to particular outcomes, goals, or timelines that are no longer aligned with who you are now. Because for someone that I'm speaking to here, and I don't know who this is for, but for a particular divine feminine, you actually spiritually evolved and outgrew some previously held goals, dreams, or desires. Meaning that, for example, you may have had a particular goal that was set from a certain spiritual vantage point, a certain point in your soul's evolution. And as you continue to awaken and evolve, you may have found that your interests and hobbies and even your gifts changed, meaning you may have had the opening of new spiritual gifts, new abilities that opened brand new pathways for you and completely redirected your life. But in order to fully move towards these dreams, I feel like it requires you to let go of attachments that previous versions of yourself that were less awakened, less spiritually evolved, may have desired. Essentially, it's allowing yourself move into the fullest expanded vision of yourself and your life now, no longer remaining attached to outdated life pathways or outdated timelines that are no longer grand enough to contain the energetic expansion of you, the full-blown expansion of your soul. Again, it's like you've outgrown some of these previously held goals, dreams, or desires, and you are learning how to allow yourself and your vision to be new accordingly. Now, I do see that with the Two of Coins reversed, there may be someone who is feeling a bit chaotic or unorganized, particularly when it comes to this future vision. You may not have an 100% clear idea of exactly how all of this is going to play out or what it's going to look like in the physical world. Also, with this Two of Coins reverse card, this won't be for everyone, but for some listening, there might be a loneliness when it comes to some of your most intimate connections. This could be your dominant romantic relationship. This could be friendships, family members. There may just be a sense of not being sure how your relationships or relationship status is going to progress moving into the future. Maybe you've been feeling an absence in your life of a true partner to really build a business with, build an empire with, collaborate with, if it's in a business or platonic sense. And I'm hearing that that sense of fogginess, lack of clarity, disorganized feeling when it comes to thinking out into the future is requiring you to really take courage within yourself to hold a strong foundation of confidence in yourself and to allow yourself to continue staying in that alchemist energy, that magician energy, realizing that you can transmute anything into anything. You can transmute the hardest, most challenging, or confusing circumstances into anything you desire. And you don't have to see how the process is occurring, how exactly it's going to play out. Like the alchemist, you trust and you know that the magic is going to take place as you continue holding your intentions and flowing energy in that particular direction. Yeah, you're really being asked, Divine Feminine, to keep a strong connection with your intuition at this time, with the third eye chakra upright, and to not allow your fear or fear specifically of this disorganized futuristic energy, fear possibly of the unknown, fear possibly of being alone, to not allow any of these things to actually control you, but to be led and pulled forward in the dark, but also into the magic by your own intuition, supported by your inner strength and the confidence in yourself that you've been cultivating in recent times.